Hey there, thinkers! Welcome back to Critical Hit. My name is Est, and today we've got an episode of Rumor Has It, featuring Snow White. Yeah, that live-action reimagination film that's been postponed. Well, looks like we've got some news about that, so rumor has it. Well, we all know that Rachel Zler has become the most hated actress in Hollywood, and she's done it all by herself, with her brilliant statements dissing the original Snow White and taking off her fans. She's truly outdone herself. And guess what? Despite pushing back the film's release by a whole year, Disney still can't seem to get their act together with the live-action reimagination version. And well, surprise, it's an absolute disaster. Color me shocked. Now, let's dive into this gem from Cosmic Book News, shall we? According to a spicy new rumor, Disney's Snow White movie, starring everyone's favorite Rachel Zler, is an absolute train wreck after some massive reshoots. Now, we have been saying this for ages. This movie is beyond redemption, but of course, Disney isn't about to admit defeat and start from scratch. No, that would be too sensible. Rumor has it the budget for this disaster has skyrocketed to over $200 million, and it's still climbing. And why, you ask? Well, they've been busy reshooting and changing characters like the dwarves, also CGIing everything to death. Let's face it, the original actors they picked were getting roasted when those leaked images came out. Even if they decided to start over and keep Zler on board, it would still be a nightmare. She's basically poisoned the well for any future live-action Snow White projects. Way to go, Rachel. Now Disney, in all of its wisdom, completed the Snow White movie only to delay its release by a whole darned year, and reportedly scrapped the plans to drop the trailer. However, let's be real, was anybody surprised? Disney was in full-on damage control mode, thinking, can we salvage Rachel's image in just a few months? And unfortunately, the answer, my friends, was a resounding no. So what's the solution? Delay the heck out of it and hope people forget? Well, unfortunately, the internet never forgets. When Disney finally drops those teasers and trailers, they're going to get roasted so hard, they'll wish they never made that movie. However, Disney seems to be in a state of perpetual confusion as to why people can't stand Rachel. They threw her into every movie and appearance they could find, hoping to sprinkle a little magic PR dust on the situation. Remember when she was doing those actors on actors talks with Ariel and herself? Yeah, well, those were fun. But hey, all that effort was for nothing, because they ended up delaying the movie by a whole freaking year. Classic Disney move, am I right? Well, mark your calendars. The Snow White disaster was originally set to grace our screens on March 22nd, but now hold on to your panties, it's coming out a whole day earlier on March 21st, 2025. But wait, there's more. Disney recently gave the boot to the executive in charge of their live-action films. You know, the genius who brought us our cinematic masterpieces, like the live-action Little Mermaid. Yep, he's the same guy who gave the green light to the Snow White train wreck. Well, we may never know for sure. Rumor has it that these reshoots might just be the brainchild of the new head honcho in Disney's live-action department. You know, the one who inherited the steaming pile of cinematic challenges. So, according to a rumor by Daniel RPK, Disney is apparently doing something different with the poison apple in the film. And the film was praised for being great. But hold your horses, the Empire City box office Twitter account swooped down to rain on everyone's parade, shooting down those claims. Now, I'll give credit where credit is due. Both of these sources have been right a bunch of times for Disney, Marvel, and Lucasfilm in the past. So, who do we believe? Tough call, right? But let's talk about Daniel RPK for a second. He's usually all rainbows and sunshines when it comes to Disney, isn't he? He's like Disney's very own hype man, always specific with his info, always adding bells and whistles. Oh, it's praised for being great and they're doing something slightly different, but they're so excited for it. Yeah, I'm sure they are. But then there's Empire City box office, just spilling the tea, whether it be good, bad, or downright ugly. They're the real MVPs here. And according to them, the Snow White disaster was in trouble long before they pushed the release back a year. In fact, it's testing so poorly that even the people involved don't have much hype for it. Yikes. Now, this film is a hot mess, and no amount of reshoots seem to be saving it. It's clear the people behind this disaster were just oozing with confidence, weren't they? They were just banking on Rachel Zler to carry the whole thing, like her presence would magically fill theaters. I mean, just a couple of years ago, she was Hollywood's rising star, and now she's Hollywood's most hated actress. Like, whatever they were hoping for, it's safe to say it backfired spectacularly. And none of the pieces are fitting together, and Rachel, well, she's a big part of that. She was all gung-ho about them changing things up, wasn't she? And let's not forget the rumor that she didn't want any romance scenes, because who needs Prince Charming in a Snow White movie, right? How absurd. But let's be real here. Why sign up to play a Disney princess if you're not down with the whole kissing and romance thing? That's like signing up for a cooking show when you hate food. And let's talk about Rachel's charming comments in interviews, shall we? 1, she's scared of Snow White. She thinks Prince Charming is a stalker and finds the whole thing weird.
Weird. So we didn't.
2, she hasn't even bothered to watch the movie until she got hired for the role. Now, there are millions of women out there who would have killed to play Snow White. I mean, surely there's at least 100,000 of them who would have been a much better fit than Rachel Zler. But no, Disney went with somebody who had absolutely zero respect for the source material. However, let's not just blame Rachel for this train wreck. Sure, she's a big part of it, but when you have actors refusing to do certain scenes, that's a red flag. They could have just said thanks, but no thanks, and walked away. But bad writing? Yeah, that's the real killer. And it seems like Disney's not exactly hiring the cream of the crop in that department. Shocking, I know, right? People who actually know the source material and respect it. Whether that's, again, actresses, actors, or writers, or even producers. It doesn't seem like anybody affiliated with this project really knew what Snow White was about. You know, they're just rumors, but when you hear rumor after rumor after rumor, all painting the same nightmare picture, well, it's hard not to believe that there's some truth to it. I mean, seriously, they delayed the movie for a whole year, and it was practically done at that point. So now, what's Disney gonna do? Sit back and hope everyone forgets? Yeah, sure, I'll believe that when I see it. However, let's be real here, people. It sounds like Rachel Zegler's Snow White is a dumpster fire, and even the reshoots aren't putting out this disaster. But hey, that's all I've got for today. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And before you go, subscribe to our channel, smash that like button, and ring the bell to be notified for our next video. As always, this is Est, and I'm signing off now. So I will see you in the next one. Toodles!